Hi guys, Andrea Mills here. It's time for another weekly menu card video, and before I get started telling you guys what we're gonna have for dinner this week, several of you are wondering about how I could feed my whole family with one chicken and have leftovers for chicken and noodles also. So I guess in case you're not familiar with like how to make broth and things, I'm gonna go ahead and explain this whole thing to you. First off, I do only cook one chicken because, well, I just pick a big one, and then I always have a lot of side dishes so that we don't have to like have lots of meat for everybody. So after I roast it, which this week I actually roasted it according to how we learned in our little cooking class, and it was delicious. It turned out wonderful. And so then after I roasted it, then I cut off the legs and cut those into pieces, and some of the kids eat those, and then I cut up the breasts into slices and served all of that meat to the family. So then we also had potatoes and some deviled eggs, and I can't remember now what else we had with it, but anyway, so we had more than just the meat for supper, of course. And then whenever I have a chicken like this, I like to make broth out of it. So the whole leftover carcass of the chicken, the bones and any of the meat that's still on it, I put that in my slow cooker with some water. I cover the whole thing with water, and then I put in a little bit of lemon juice. I also take anything left over from the plates. So like whoever had the legs, we go ahead and put the bones from the legs back into the pot, and if there was leftover meat that somebody didn't eat, it goes back into the pot. And I am like not concerned because it's going to be cooked again, so it's not like it's going to be germy or anything because it's getting recooked. So everything goes back in the pot, and then I simmer it for, I try to do it for at least a whole day, maybe even 2 days. And the lemon juice helps to pull minerals out of the bones. So over the course of the cooking, it will just, like, all the yummy goodness that's in the bones, all that gelatin and all the minerals come out of the bones into the water, and then, it simmers and cooks. So then when it gets to the end of the cooking time, whenever I'm done with it, I take everything out with a slotted spoon. I take all the meat and bones out, and then I pick through the bones and pick all the meat off, which I find personally revolting. So but I do it anyways. So I pick all the meat off, and we end up using a lot of meat that would have otherwise got thrown in the garbage, because when it's like down in all the little nooks and crannies, you can't really cut it off the chicken. But once it's simmered like that, it just kind of falls off and it's easy to get to. So we get all these little bits of meat that are still usable. And then, of course, anything that was left over that got put back in there. We end up with, usually, like this time, there was probably about 2 cups of meat left after I did this. So then, well, this time it was different because I actually left the vegetables in the pot too that were part of our meal, and it made I think it's the onions, made the broth super dark. It almost looked like coffee, and that was a new experience for me. I'm going to go ahead and put a picture of it at the end with the rest of my pictures to show you what it looked like after I put it in jars. And so then I was like a little leery of it because I've never had broth that was that color before, but I've never left the vegetables in before. So I was reading, and I'm like, okay, that must be what it was, because onions are useful for dye because they do that. So I think that's what caused it. It tasted fine. If you ever do this on your own and you're gonna make soup out of it, then when you taste it, at least in my experience, it tastes almost like, I don't know what the word is, but it has sort of a bitter, sour kind of a taste that's not really it. It's like not strong at all. But anyways, when you have a really high mineral content in something, it'll have that sort of a taste, and you have to put a lot of salt in there. At least I do. When I put a lot of sea salt in, which we use the Celtic sea salt because it's got all sorts of minerals in it, but when I put that in, it really balances that bitterness, especially like that sulfur kind of has that sort of a taste too. So when sometimes I'll add sulfur powder into drinks and stuff that I make, and it's the same thing. That it's just like, it just tastes yucky, but when you balance it with salt, it just balances all the minerals again, and then it has a good flavor again. So I add plenty of salt back in, and I just taste it, and you know, go by taste, whatever tastes good. When it starts tasting good, I know I've got enough. And then I usually, like for soups, I usually put some cream in, and sometimes we'll put Parmesan cheese in, and then vegetables, and we've already got the meat there. And then noodles, if I want noodles. In this case, I didn't put any vegetables in since I was just making chicken and noodles, and it turned out great. But that's how we make one chicken stretch for both a meal of just eating the chicken and of making some sort of soup with it afterwards. Okay, so for this week, here's my menu card box. If you have not seen the original video, I'll put a link to this at the end. I've been doing this for a few months now, and as I've said, it's been great for my grocery budget, which was just a side benefit of just being much simpler to organize how I do my meals. So I looked at the calendar to see how many meals I needed to plan this week. Today's Thursday, so we will have pizza tonight because we always have pizza on Thursday. That's what Tom always makes. And then tomorrow is Friday, and oh yeah, I'm like, there's so many things going on this week. Tomorrow night is my niece's birthday, and she's having a roller skating birthday party, so I think we're having, I don't know if they're having pizza or what they're having there, but we'll be eating at the birthday party, so I don't need to cook dinner tomorrow night. So then on Saturday, we are going to have cube steak with mashed potatoes, corn, jello, and deviled eggs. And then Sunday for lunch, we're having lasagna for potluck after lunch. So then I won't be planning a dinner for that night because we'll just eat leftovers or do a make your own dinner type thing on Sunday. Then Monday, is there something going on Monday? Yes, Monday is our date night, so I will not be planning a regular dinner for date night. So probably the kids will do a make your own supper on Monday. Then Tuesday is Tom's birthday, and we always go out to a Chinese food place for his birthday. So that's what we're doing Tuesday night. And then Wednesday, we will be having hamburger and potatoes, I call it, which is just like cooking hamburger in a big skillet with cut up potatoes and seasoning them until everything's soft and cooked. And then bread and butter, and we'll make some ants on a log out of celery and peanut butter and raisins. So we're having a very, I'm not doing a lot of cooking apparently this week, very simple week. Tonight, something special is that we are going to open some of the goodies that Heather sent from Canada. So I think I might include at the end of this video the footage of us opening the package that she sent. So she sent us some bracelets that she made for the kids and a recipe and some of those little, I'm not sure if it's pronounced Kinder or Kinder Surprises, little chocolate eggs with toys inside. The kids loved opening those. And then she sent us a selection of chips and chocolate bars that are not available in America. So we're going to have those with our supper tonight. But I will, I think, show you guys some of the stuff of the kids and us opening our package. And right now, though, I'm going to show you pictures of a few of the things that we had for supper this past week. And then we'll talk to you guys again soon. Okay, you guys can go ahead and just open whatever you'd like to try.
No!
But wait, but tell me before you bite into it what you're eating so that we can...
There's 2 of these.
You can share too, don't eat all of something.
Okay, can we just
That's the mint one. Mint chocolate. I think that one has caramel in it, I think. Why don't you just open it and break off a piece and eat it?
And then we can pass it around.
just take out the piece, don't eat the whole thing.
You want to try one?
Here, Sophia.
Don't bite it.
Ooh, you want to try it?
Looks like on the inside.
That's kind of neat looking. Do you see the shape of the chocolate here?
Oh, these are M&M's. They're Smarties. I thought they were going to be
Okay,
like
do we
our
just
Smarties, but they're...
do we just pass them around or something?
Just go ahead and try it.
These are bubbly, but they
Who makes M&M's
feel
regularly?
good.
Nestle? No, Hershey's.
Mars, I thought. I don't know.
In the middle of
You want to try that one?
Take one of those.
Wait,
Does
take
it?
a piece,
So
okay?
Justice is trying the bubbly chocolate.
It's not very
I just
bubbly,
tried
but
this.
it still feels good.
Too.
And I'm going to have
You're going to try that one? Somebody will have to help her
I'm guessing
open
they
it
like
because I
a
only
little
got
more
one
darker
hand.
chocolate than we do.
After you get to one of those. It feels weird.
The bubbly stuff does?
I need to taste something else.
Who else wants to try these?
That one's yummy.
How did you try it?
There's 2 things.
Oh.
This is I need.
This is what I wanted.
I need.
Is it good? So which one's that one? The caramel one, huh? And Solly got some of the Smarties.
These don't taste any different.
They do just look like giant M&Ms, don't they? But different colors, prettier colors.
And they don't have ends on them. I'm gonna try another one of these.
If I eat too much
Are you trying to take a step down there?
they're like 100 M&Ms.
It's another one of these.
What's that one?
Set milk
I don't
one. Crumble.
Oh, I haven't.
Does anybody want to try some of the chips?
Sophia already tried one of these.
Those are Dad's chips that he had at supper time. We have ketchup flavored, or all dressed, or dill pickle, or the hickory
kind.
sticks.
What's a hickory stick?
These
Like
things.
a smoky
I'm
flavored.
gonna have dill pickle.
Alright, Jude has
And hickory stick.
already been doing the dill pickle flavor experiment for school, so now you can decide if this really tastes like a dill pickle.
It's
weird?
it's as sour as the pickle.
Is it? Anybody else want to try dill pickle?
I am. I'm gonna have another piece of this. I don't need them.
You don't need the dill pickle
They're
chip.
really sour. It's sweet.
Yeah.
Here, Mom.
I would need a dill pickle chip to save my life.
It's raw.
I'll try these ketchup ones though.
These are raw Waldos.
They're not bad.
Yeah, I like them.
No thanks.
They feel good on it.
Ah,
What's that?
the ketchup. It's good and not good, or
You can make yourself a hamburger
weird.
and you can put ketchup chips and dill pickle chips on it.
Man.
Sounds good. It's just shocking how much ketchup you taste.
Let me try it.
Oh, I need to
Yep. Tastes like ketchup.
Nobody's tried this one yet.
Sally,
That's
That
you
is
try some
weird.
ketchup?
It is weird how much it tastes like ketchup.
eat those guys.
No, they are.
You can have some. It says it's made from Canada's
You want to try
very
this? again?
own.
I ain't tried one.
I'll try one.
Look there, in Canada, they have French on their packages too, because lots of people
I'm
speak French.
gonna open it and then. The person from Canada sent these, so that's why they're from Canada.
Yep.
Somebody hasn't even seen this
It's
on
an Oreo. It's like an Oreo container.
I think this we
went through a lot
have
of
this
work to make these
these
things.
kind of chips. It's ranch.
She probably was like the first one that
This is good, Dad, Mom.
worked on I've ever seen.
The hickory sticks are open. You want to try those, Tommy?
Hickory sticks.
These.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Shoestring potatoes.
Mom.
So hickory flavored. I'm sure I'm gonna like these.
Ah, that ketchup chip.
You don't like the ketchup one? Really?
No.
It tastes just like ketchup.
Too much ketchup.
Too much candy
It's funny,
makes me
its texture
thirsty.
makes me think of the stuff I put underneath the grill. Like I'm eating wood chips.
One of those? We are sticks.
They're short shoestring potatoes. They're really good, but they're a weird flavor.
Did everybody get to try everything they wanted to try?
Yeah.
All right. Well, anybody that wants to finish off a chocolate bar can go ahead and have one then.
And we eat more, but we just had dinner and then that was Broth night snacks.
Are you gonna finish that one?
I can't. That ketchup chip for some reason fills me up.
Can you say goodbye, everybody?
Goodbye, everybody.